Non-contact forces. Can force act even if two objects are not in contact with each other? To understand this, let us perform an activity. Take a bar magnet and an iron nail. Bring the magnet close to the iron nail and make sure that the magnets are not in contact, that is, the magnets are not touching each other. What do you observe? The iron nail sticks to the magnet. It can't happen without a force. This means that there has to be a force that is acting between the magnet and the iron nail. Since the iron nail moves towards the magnet, even when both were not in contact, we can say that the force exerted by the magnet on the iron piece is a non-contact force. Non-contact forces are those forces that act between two objects such that the objects are not in direct contact with each other. Examples of non-contact forces include magnetic force, electrostatic force, and gravitational force. Magnetic force. Gravitational force. Have you seen fruits falling towards the ground from trees? Or water from a tap or waterfall flowing down? Why do you think this happens? The earth attracts every object which is near or on its surface towards its center by a non-contact force known as the gravitational force. It is this gravitational force which makes an apple fall down from the trees and makes the water from a tap flow down. Gravitational force depends on the distance between the object and the earth. Electrostatic force. Take a sheet of paper and tear it into many small pieces. Now rub a plastic scale against your hair. Make sure your hair is dry. Now bring this scale close to the paper pieces. What do we observe? We'll observe that the pieces of paper are attracted towards the scale. This happens because rubbing of the scale against dry hair produces an electrostatic charge. Thus, the scale attracts the pieces of paper by a non-contact force known as electrostatic force. Magnetic force. Do you remember about magnets? A magnet is a substance which can attract certain objects such as iron, cobalt, nickel, etc. towards it. It has two poles, namely North Pole and South Pole. What will happen if you bring the South Pole of a bar magnet close to the North Pole of another bar magnet? The magnets will attract each other. They attract each other with magnetic force. What will happen if you bring the North Pole of both bar magnets close to each other? The bar magnets will repel each other. The force with which they repel each other is known as magnetic force.